contemplating all of my goals. Look, will I fold or will I chase them? I got adversity, two options. I can handle it purposefully or I can let it murder me. But sign up for war, point out the target, show me the giants. Hold your applause, just getting started, sending the lions. Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready
but
for
I'll
me?
find a way, with or without your end. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way, with or without my sins. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, but I'll find a way.
Now I ain't looking for handouts, I'm looking to stand out. Got the vision coming, watch how it pans out. I've been writing my plans down, trying to stay focused, put out the notice. Who the GOAT is, me hands down, yeah. No time for arguments, I cut out the politics, no. It's all my competence, I could cause your apocalypse. Ambition, it ain't for the weak, get it even when I sleep. Ready and willing, what you ready
But
to
I'll
say?
find a way, with or without your end. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way, with or without my sins. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, but I'll find a way.
Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready for me?
Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'll find a way.
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
I bet on myself. I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can't top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. Plotting on the kid with the bull, tell him all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on. And I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. Then when they see they missed the boy, they get a piece.
What is going on, everybody? And I tell you what, I didn't expect to be doing a DS today. We had another day planned, but here we are. Francis came and saved the day, folks.
Hey, man.
And we have a designated Spittaz for everybody. And to be fair, we have a little bit of content. Like, we actually got something to kind of talk about today, which is nice.
We do. We got some stuff to talk about, man. Just like only the Spittaz can. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy it worked out. What's up with y'all? I know some of y'all watching that playoff football, man.
I am too. It's
Yeah,
on.
Pete
I
got
got it
it
on
on
one
the
of the screens. I do got it
But
on one of the screens. I'm not
He
even
was
gonna
calling
front.
the game a little while back.
I was calling the game. I'm ready to rock and I'm ready to roll, baby. It's how we do it over here at the U. But what's up, everybody? How you guys doing over here? How you doing over here?
Got that chat already popping. I love it. I love it on a Sunday night, man.
I tell you
Only
what,
to
man.
you, baby. Only to you, baby. Let's go.
Nobody does it like the U. There's no, and guess what? Crazy thing is, this year's gonna be the biggest year of the U. You guys don't even understand what we have working, what we have going on behind the scenes, baby. But it's gonna be unbelievable. I don't know if anybody noticed. Pete Simonetti got quite the new back. It's a little changed up the backdrop. I gotta show it, you know.
Some fire stuff going on back there, man. I see it. I see the upgrades. Upgrades. That's all it is.
Let me tell you something. When somebody got the fire stuff going on in the back,
Hey.
you know,
Hey.
a couple of, you know, you got some lady friends out there who got some of the fire going on in the back.
Man.
And you're ready to go, baby. All right, smacky to likey, hitty, your sister sub.
Hey.
Oh, I tell you what, they said you looking like Jim Jones over here.
I'm getting a lot of stuff right there.
Dipset.
The bubble gum granny cap. Somebody called it. I like that. I like the bubble gum granny cap. This is better than the daughter thing. This is a daughter.
It's better than the pussy hat. You remember that? If you came on here with one of those, I don't think we have. It can't be designated Spittaz.
No,
anymore.
it can't be designated. It'd be designated something else. I know that. Because we have to do this stream on OnlyFans or something. They can't even go.
Yeah, yeah. NYYU OnlyFans coming very soon.
Damn.
Don't worry, folks. Your dreams are coming true.
He said
It's
we got
what
all
we
the
do.
bases covered.
Well, I'm excited. Let me tell everybody why Pete Simonetti's so happy and why I'm in such a great mood right now. Jiro was, hey, yo, Tony Rivera, designated squirters. Hey, yo.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say.
Wow, holy shit.
That escalated quickly.
That's wild.
That escalated quickly.
But let me tell her, can I get back to telling everybody why
Tell
Pete
them why you-
Simonetti?
tell
I'm
them
in
why
such
you
a good mood.
excited.
You want to know why I'm so excited? My Jiro was gone for 2 days. And I'll be honest with you, I don't do good when she's not here. Like, I sit around like I'm bored. What do I do? I'm looking around. I look at the kids. You guys want to do something? Yeah, all right, let's go do something. She's back today. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm ready to go, folks. I'm absolutely ready to go. But we got some news to discuss. And also, too, I'm going to be seeing Francis. I'm going to be seeing Kev in a couple of days.
Yes.
Oh, come on. How can you ask for more out of life, folks? I tell you. I'm excited. I'm happy.
Turn up time, man. I'm hype.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. But ladies and gentlemen, we do got some fun stuff to talk about today. Making some news was Joel Sherman. So Joel Sherman, if you're listening, thank you for actually just having a conversation about like what the Yankees could potentially do, because let's be honest, folks, there is nothing going on. Me and Kev talked about this on Bronx and Nothing the other day. This feels like a slower January than last year. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if I remember what the Yankees did too much, but I can't imagine it was this damn boring. Maybe because we got Soto, so we were still high on that. But, bro, this feels boring as ass. Like, this is an ass January.
Literally, this is like Meg Thee Stallion, J-Lo, Cardi B, all the ass together. Ass January. Okay?
I mean, that would be a good January.
He said that's
a good January. You just chose like the Monument
thread of
Park of
ass.
asses. God,
It's been super quiet though. I'm saying that's how
it's been Lizzo ass.
I mean, dude,
We love Lizzo over here at the U. We talk about her so much. You know we love Lizzo.
Listen, we it's free promo. I think if
100%.
I think if NYU is talking about you, man, you can't be mad at it, baby. You know,
No,
it's all
100%.
love. It's all
Oh,
love.
Jira's right. It's like Taylor Swift ass. It's flat. Ain't nothing going on.
Ooh, just
Thank you. See,
Break
that's why we
down.
need you back. This is why
Break
you're
down.
back, because you add to the damn show.
flapjacks.
Flapjack January.
Saying?
Flapjack January.
Every time they say the pancake thing, I think even that's too thick for Taylor. Look, I know that's Booney's Peoples, okay? But she got more of a crepe back there. It's not even a pancake. It's like crepes back there.
God. Yo.
I'm sorry.
We
Listen,
might just have to have a show that's not baseball related at this point. I mean, because this man said she got a crepe ass. That's wild.
I don't even.
A crepe
Listen.
ass. He said pancake. Nah, I think
That's too thick for her. But nah, you're 100% right. I'd be interested to look for it probably after we jump off the pod today to see what happened last January in terms of transactions. But
I feel like it had to be more than whatever the hell this shit is that we're dealing with.
But you know what it is too, though, this year, bro? Coming into this month, we kind of felt like there's gonna be a pickup right at some point because of how many free agents were still on the board.
It's got to be.
It's January 26th, going into the 27th.
Right.
Alex Bregman still doesn't have a deal. Pete Alonso doesn't
Alonso,
have a deal. I mean,
Max Scherzer, Quintana,
Scherzer, just-
Flattery.
yeah, it's like Flaherty. I mean,
Flaherty, yep.
Flaherty was like he was probably the most sought after arm at the deadline, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was. No, he was. He definitely was.
He was I mean, obviously there was the crochet talks, but it never materialized to really.
Yeah.
But the most sought after arm at the deadline, and here we are about to be in February, a week from now, and Flaherty's just out there. He's tweeting defending the Dodgers who don't even want him back. Like,
Yeah,
like,
facts.
hey, no disrespect to Flaherty, man. I just think it's funny. Like he's kind of going out his way to defend the team that was like, yeah, thank you for your services, but we're gonna move on to the young phenom from Japan. So appreciate it.
And I mean, look, Joel Sherman kind of came out. He gave some newsworthy stuff that at least allows us to talk about something because,
yes,
I don't want to start here, but it's kind of funny because one of the things, I mean, at least I'll speak for myself here. One of the things that I've overlooked is backup catcher because we thought that Alex Jackson is going to be the guy, but it kind of feels like maybe the Yankees want a little more of an upgrade there and not make it be Alex Jackson. So there was the connection to the Twins, which I want to kind of save that for the meat of the show. I want to talk about right now. A guy the Yankees have had, this would not surprise me because the Yankees had interest last year, and that is World Series champion, who, I guess I got to call him that because he played for the Dodgers last year. Kike Hernandez. Yankees once again showing interest in Kike Hernandez, and according to Joel Sherman, they have interest in the lefty relievers. He's basically out there saying for what he knows, they have interest in these guys. The problem is, they got a deal Marcus Stroman, and they're getting no help with that now because of the names we just mentioned in Flaherty and Quintana, Max Scherzer. These guys are still free agents.
Yep.
So, we don't know any. Everybody's just waiting on that. Kev says, hey, yo, the meat of the show.
I was going to let it slide.
Can I fucking talk anymore at all?
I was going to let it slide, but then Kev, I heard it too, bro. I heard it too.
Man, I can't even speak anymore without an AO coming somewhere.
We've had some start to this episode, man. I got to tell you, this is going to be a legendary one. I can already tell.
DJ Steele says, what's up, Pete, Chico, Chat, and Chris Brownies, a.k.a. Crack.
Chris Brownies is wild.
Chris Brownies. This is a hell of a show, man. What an episode to the U, folks.
What are we talking about?
What an episode going on over here.
Brownies, and what are we hungry?
I swear I'll take that Volpe bat. I'll break my whole set right now. I'll fuck the whole thing up. I had enough. Somebody commented the other day, too. I don't know what they were saying about Kev. Somebody said some crazy shit. They said, this is what me and Kev in the group chat. You were probably like, what the hell are they talking about? We're talking about the Illuminati shit.
Yeah, I didn't know what
Somebody comments, and they go, I saw Kev throwing up those 666 signs. I'm saying, what the fuck? I am a God-fearing man. Are you people nuts? And I said, oh, he sold out for money. He sold out for money. What money are we making?
What are you?
Are you people out your mind? Trust me, if we were making bank, we'd be the first ones telling you.
Let me tell you, we might have to have an episode when this might be a good talk for when we're linked up all down in Tampa and we're doing one of those lives at night.
Definitely.
We got to have a conversation just to kind of dispel some of the rumors that's out there.
People are psychopaths out there.
I mean, the rumors are so crazy that I have family that come to me asking me about the millions that I haven't seen yet. Like, I'm like, oh, y'all know about money that's not in my bank account? Because, I mean, holla at your boy if you know something I don't know. I'm not lying to you. Like,
okay, look, this, I don't like, because people are probably like, oh, come on, Pete, that's kind of pathetic that you're like, I don't give a shit. Let me tell you something. I'm the dude that I see, so I'm like, could I get it now? That's me.
Yeah.
Should I get this now?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about some $100. I'm like, this shit's $30-$40. You know what? I'll wait. That's the type of shit I do. So man, I tell you what.
Do I need it? Do I need it?
Yes. Do I really need this? So yeah, I mean, if there is anybody out there that's like, hey, we're gonna make you guys start making some money. Ain't nobody doing no Diddy shit. But,
listen, ain't no Diddy on this.
Ain't no Diddy shit over here. Look at this. Is what Kev started. He's not even on the show today. Look what he starts. He starts this whole crazy ass conversation. I was literally getting into the meat of the show. All right.
Hey, I said it. You know that you've made it when the Illuminati rumors start coming out. Okay, that's all that.
Well, you want to laugh? This is true. That happened to me when I was making music back in the day. I got at Jira knows. I took pictures of some psycho like literally DM'd me on Facebook because that back then it was more Facebook stuff. Talking about, do you want to join? No joking. He gave me like these options. I'm like, what is fucking these people out their damn mind? What are we doing over here? I don't know what the hell's going on, but look, me and Francis specifically, we are God-fearing men.
Yes, sir.
You might hear me curse, but folks,
Amen.
I'll answer for my wrongdoings. I got no problem doing that.
I tell
DJ
him all the time.
Steele's, me too. I'm like, look, I curse. I'm sorry. Like it's just part of my language. DJ Steele says Bills versus KC refs effed them again. Yeah, I've been putting it on, watching some of it, but
yeah.
let's go ahead and talk a little Kike Hernandez. I don't know how much sense this makes for the Yankees, Francis, but I'm going to throw him on the screen here. These some of the numbers last year for Kike. 229 average, 281 on base percentage, 12 homers. He's going to pop them every now and then. But what do you think about this? What do you think about? Like really, is this something that you're sitting back going, makes us a better team?
So when I first saw the report, I got to be honest with you. My initial reaction, people, don't kill me here, was absolutely, positively no. I didn't want no parts of Kike. Like my initial knee-jerk reaction was like, basically, fuck that dude. And that was my emotional response because of all the stuff that came out after the World Series and the troll jobs and everything. And, you know, seeing Kike with the Red Sox, and, you know, he's one with the Red Sox, one with the Dodgers, like, but he was very much like, he was way more vocal after winning now with the Dodgers. Yeah. And he was kind of at the forefront of the let's kick the Yankees back in and dance on their grave party. Like, he was the one who turned the music on. Like, he was the MC of that party. Yeah. So when I heard this, I was like, this seems to be another move and yet a long line of like tone deaf moves from the Yankees front office. And I get when people say, like, you know, you can't really run a front office like that, kind of worrying about the fans and what they feel about every single move. But when I thought about Kike, I was like, damn, wouldn't that kind of be like one of the biggest slaps in the face, though? I mean, this guy was literally making fun of people actively who are still on your team right now. Like, that's a tough sell. And then, you know, time went by and I started thinking about it. And like you kind of do, right? You kind of say, you know, let me try to talk myself into this. Like, say a signing was announced tomorrow, like, I'd have to try and talk myself into it. Let me see what the silver linings would be.
We don't want to be a dick about the guy immediately when maybe he could help in certain ways. Yeah.
And that was my thought process. Like, okay, so then Francis, if he did get signed, what would you tell yourself is going to be the help that he brings? Like, what's the positive? And I said, well, you can't argue with the championship pedigree. You just can't. True. The guy, you could argue, you know, with the numbers. You could say, oh, the batting average, on base, you know, he's a winner though. Like, for
he is
been on a lot of winners, and those winning teams credit him with a lot more than what you see on the stat sheet. The fact that his most recent experience is winning with those Dodgers, could that be beneficial to a Yankees clubhouse that kind of needs a reality check about who they are, who people know them to be outside of that clubhouse? Maybe. Does Kike, could he come in and be the guy and say, look, you know, no offense, I think we should check the egos at the door real quick because I got to say some stuff, and you guys might not like it, but I'm going to tell you, this is how the rest of the league has been looking at this team.
Agreed.
Be some value?
Agreed.
When I thought about it like that, I said, shit, that might not be a bad idea. On a short deal, whatever, see if it works. It doesn't work, don't, you know, bye-bye next season. I mean, the glove is the glove, right? He's not, I don't think he's going to cost us or be a liability defensively.
Right.
Then again, that remains to be seen. Did Sherman mention where exactly they're looking at playing?
I don't think he did. Yeah, I don't think he mentioned anything about where he'd play. I guess everybody's mindset is hopefully third base is what most people say, just because nobody wants to see DJ LeMahieu, and at this point, I don't think anybody wants to see that ever again.
No. I actually got an email from his mom recently. She said she's hoping that he's not the guy at third base. So,
nah, Mama LeMahieu sending you emails like that?
Yeah, no, she's
that's
just
wild.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know if we need to see that this season. You know, it's been tough on DJ. It's been tough on David Jones.
Damn. DJ Steele's ad, isn't Kike the one that twerks after home runs? Nah.
Yeah, it's worse.
He does a lot more than that. He does like pelvis pumps and fucking why they be like slapping Johnsons together and stuff in LA. I don't know what's going on over there. Look, I try to, you know, I stay away from these things. You know, they could enjoy themselves. I have no issue with it. They have fun in LA. You know, LA's a strange town.
I was gonna say it was, when I saw the celebration the first time, I said, you know what? It's a very LA thing. Okay. Like,
very LA.
New York, I don't think it would play as well.
Everybody would say, "Hey, yo!" The whole stadium would be sitting like, "Hey, yo!"
Like literally, I think there would be a button in the stadium every time they did it. Pause.
Yeah.
Every time
it'll come up on the screen.
Yeah, literally.
It'll come up on the screen.
They'd have to take your drop. There's only one way to do it. They have to take the drop at that point.
No doubt about it.
They have to.
No doubt about it. So, that's the situation there with Kike Hernandez. Again, look, it's not going to be a guy that's going to cost the Yankees a lot of money. So I understand where they're coming from in that regard. When it comes to what else they could do, he mentioned a lot of things. He mentioned a possible 3-team deal that could move Marcus Stroman in that type of move, getting another team involved to maybe try to work out that salary a little bit for the Yankees. Mm-hmm. He also mentioned specifically the Minnesota Twins. Yes. And shout out to a few people on our chat who's been asking about Willie Castro for a while, because wouldn't Willie Castro make sense? And to be fair, he would. The guy got a cannon for a friggin' arm. He could definitely play third base. And he's young. I think he's 27. I want to say. I think Willie Castro's about 27 years old. But the main name that he brought up, and he specifically said maybe a deal that would be Christian Vasquez. 27?
27, yep.
27. Christian Vasquez for for Marcus Stroman. And look, the one thing I forgot about after all this stuff's going on, as I said earlier in the show, is a backup catcher. Now, the one thing you can say about the Yankees right now is they don't really have a veteran on the team when it comes to a catcher. If they're not comfortable fully with Alex Jackson, which we don't really know, but it just is kind of odd to me when they're kind of saying they'd rather an upgrade as a backup. They'd rather somebody else. Mm-hmm. My thing with that is JC Escara is there. He's on the 40-man now. He is a lefty also, so that might kind of deter the Yankees. I don't think it really should matter too much, to be honest, but it might.
I feel like it shouldn't, but it probably will. You're probably right.
It probably will, knowing the Yankees. He also plays first base.
True.
So he also does that. Ben Rice is also a catcher, but I don't think they're going to carry him. They're going to let him get his at-bats in the minor leagues in case something happens at first base, unless he's traded. You never know. But the one thing you could say about Christian Vasquez is he's a veteran. He's played on some big teams. He's played with Boston, we know, right?
Yep.
He's played with some good clubs, good defensive catcher. Seems like he's a bit of a leader also in that regard. Could make sense for the Yankees in a swap of these two. Could help both teams out. Again, I don't know how Willie Castro kind of fits in there. I know Darius was in our Discord saying the money for those 3 players really doesn't add up. It wouldn't make as much sense for the Yankees. You might have to get somebody else involved.
Yeah.
But right now, it just seems like this is what's holding the Yankees back, is moving some of that Stroman salary. And, I see some people don't want Marcus. Folks, I don't think it's that. I guarantee you Cashman's gotten hits on Marcus Stroman. I think the thing is there's too many good starters available. That's the problem. You can't have Max Scherzer out there. I don't care if he's 40 years old. You can't have Quintana out there. You can't have Flaherty out there. And a team's going to say, you know what? Add that $18 million, we'll go ahead and pay 12.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think right now it goes back to the point that we were saying earlier, is that the market's not moving. So there's still Stroman he has his lane, but there's still several arms ahead of him in that lane. So if you're a team that's looking for a pitcher around that price point that's going to give you innings, right? Eat innings. You're trying to get the most quality guy who's going to eat those innings for you at the right price. Stroman's not at the top of that list, but he is on that list. So teams are still in wait and see mode because the names are still out there. And it sucks because, it's the end of January. Pitchers and catchers report in less than 3 weeks.
Correct.
But, I mean, if you're one of those teams, especially the way that baseball is now, right? It seems like everybody's penny pinching. Everybody's trying to save that extra $2 million, $3 million in any way that they can. So I think that's where the hang up kind of shows up with Stroman, is that a team who's I got to see, because if I can get Quintana, I'll just go with Quintana. It's not that much different from a Stroman. There's teams who probably are viewing a lot of these guys the same, and they're just looking at the prices and they're saying, if I can get this guy at this price, why not? So it really just matters. Can they do that? Can they get a guy at the price they want? If they can, then they probably move on from a Stroman trade. If they can't, then they probably re-engage.
Yeah, that's where it is right now, and we might have some movement on the market soon because Ryan Presley was traded to the Cubs.
Yep.
A lot of people assume or kind of have reported a little bit, and I think the Astros have even confirmed that they're still interested, of course, in bringing back
Bregman.
Alex Bregman. So you might see a Bregman move back to Houston, which I think is kind of surprising because was it you that mentioned that before that they may move Altuve to left field?
No.
That was Kev then. I think that had to be Kev then because somebody on here said that maybe they then are talking about moving Altuve to left field so they could fit all these guys in their infield, which is a little bit surprising to me, but I guess I could understand it. Yeah. But maybe that kind of gets things moving a little bit. I feel like when Pete Alonso's done, when Bregman's done, now you have guys making up and kind of filling in some pieces for their club. You got a lot of good relievers still available, a lot of lefty relievers that the Yankees could use. Who's the dude from the Orioles? The lefty reliever that's a free agent. He's really underrated.
Oof. Hold on.
Starts with a C. It's not Columbus. It's something like that. I don't know how I can't. It's something along those lines. I know it is. I just can't remember.
Let me see.
The lefty reliever.
Let's see. It's not coming to my head at all. Gotta search it up. Come on, Google, do your thing.
TJ Steele said crackle nuts.
Crackle nuts. No. I don't believe he's a reliever for Baltimore.
No more. He's a free agent.
No. I'm talking Steels.
Danny Colombe. Colombe? Is that how you say his last name? Colombe? He's another one. Yeah. I mean, he's another one that's available. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Apologize to him if I'm not, but he's another one out there that could make a lot of sense for the Yankees. He had a pretty good year. Ryan Yarbrough is out there. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there for the Yankees to fill in. And look, Tim Hill's been sitting there saying, where the hell's my contract at?
It's true.
And a lot of people believe that maybe there's some sort of handshake agreement with the Yankees that's basically like, just wait. Like, we got you.
Yeah, we
gotta do this and then we'll bring you on. But, there's also some people, Francis, and, I know it's not the greatest free agent market out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it just kind of sucks that the Yankees are at a standstill because they owe Marcus Stroman some money.
And we're not talking, I think what really sucks to me is that we're not talking 25, 27 million, 30 million.
We're literally talking a few million. You could probably, again, me and Kev talked about this, right? You don't think if the Yankees went to Yo Moncada and said, look, we'll give you $3 million for a year.
Yeah.
John Birdsey just signed for $2 million.
That's what I'm saying. I think that deal is signed if you go to Moncada with that. I mean, I don't know what he has on the table. I don't know if he has anything on the table.
He may not. That's the thing. He may not have nothing.
He's a name that I've been searching, pretty much every week, 2 or 3 times just to see what the chatter is on a guy like him because it's happened with a couple of guys already. You've heard it with Palanco. Like there's been chatter with guys and it just like dies. It's like, oh yeah, this team's looking at it. And then nothing.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like everybody's just like circling the block. They're like, looking, they're making eyes with people, but nobody's actually going to the dance. And it's just like, it's weird because you gotta know that a lot of these guys are starting to become anxious and nervous because it's not easy to just pick up and leave from where you were last year. Like that, it's not an easy thing. And spring training is literally right around the freaking corner. So I'm sure, some of these guys are starting to get desperate and it sucks for them because they're not going to get the deals that they want. And I think that's why you're seeing the talk right now with Bregman possibly, re-engaging or having re-engaged with Houston because he didn't get what he wanted. I mean, he's got to kind of walk back to Houston with his tail between his legs right now. It's like he went to Houston, made his demands and Houston was just like, no, if you can, if you can stay at our price, then great. But no, if not, then, go ahead, test the market. And he has been out there testing and nothing. So now he's like walking back. It's crazy.
Yep. And the last update here that I see regarding Moncada was he was actually playing in Puerto Rico. I didn't know this. Mm-hmm. He was playing in the Puerto Rican Winter League and he got hit by a pitch and fouled the pitch off his leg. And he kind of just bowed out after. I was like, I'm not risking getting badly injured here to play here. So he apparently bowed out from that. But the last update on him was over 3 weeks ago that the Cubs and the Mariners were interested. Other than that, there has not been a word about him. I mean, there hasn't been a word on anybody right now, really. And spring training is starting on February 11th. I mean, look, that doesn't mean it's the end of making deals. Marcus Stroman could get traded in the middle of spring training. I mean, it doesn't have to be right now. He is under contract.
A lot of deals signed during spring training.
A lot of things happen like that during spring training.
The amount of deals that we're looking at possibly having to be signed during spring training seems like a lot right now.
Hey, it could be, and again, I don't mean this in a bad way. It could be some rejects from clubs who just didn't make their roster, and they hop onto the Yankees almost kind of like how John Birdsey was. It was a trade right before opening day. I think it was the day or two before opening day. He didn't even play his spring training with the Yanks.
Yeah.
It was like right. It was like literally right before it.
Right before. So and I really like that deal for the Yankees.
I love that deal. If the Yankees honestly, if the Yankees signed him, I'd have been like, okay, all right, not my ideal guy, but he could play a little part-time role. And as Scott Wright says, Bellinger didn't sign until the February 27th of last year. So you can definitely, see some guys holding out and waiting to see what happens there. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just not a lot going on right now. I know Buffalo just took the lead. So shout out to those guys. Me and Francis were joking about that, saying they could keep taking the lead, but we all feel like we know what's actually going to happen, but we'll see. We got a super chat here from my good friend David. He says, do you think Stroman will stay? And we know there are going to be injuries through the season, so I'm fine with him. Bullpen to starter for injuries. it's a tie game. I'm sorry, guys. 29-29, my bad. I'll say this. Look, do you want him to stay? That's the question. I think that's the main question. And I don't mean that as a knock to Marcus Stroman. I mean it that he doesn't really have that role anymore. As of right now, there's no way he's a starter for the Yankees. We all know that. Do you want him to do that? Do you want him here knowing he's not a starter? Is that something that you want? Because look, I understand Marcus Stroman seems to have changed a bit, where it's like, I'm not going to Twitter. I don't need to start this drama stuff. I don't need to do any of that. But do you even want to risk him being like, hey, I want to start, and then you have this issue? Like, I don't know if you really want to risk. There's been too many reports about moving him.
He's also not, like, at this stage in his career, like, I don't see him necessarily transitioning to a bullpen role right now.
I agree.
I think, he signed his contract to be a starter for the next 2 years, possibly 3 years. I think that's what he wants to do. I think that's what he's trained in the offseason to continue doing, whether it's with the Yankees or not. So I think to look at it and say, like, oh, yeah, there's a possibility they could put him in the pen. Like, I don't think to start the season, the Yankees are going to have Stroman in the bullpen. I don't know that they even need to entertain that idea. Like, another right-hander in the bullpen right now. Like, no, I don't think you need that. Especially not one that's costing you $18 million. Like, you could pay $18 million for a right-hander in your bullpen who's not even your 7th, 8th, or 9th inning guy. That's kind of horrible. Like, that's a terrible allocation of your money. So, like Pete just said, there's been too much chatter about trading and moving. Like, if it doesn't happen, then it's going to be an ugly start to the season if he's still there, to be honest with you at this point.
That's how I feel about it. It's like, it's questions that, because the media, I mean, look, and they have the right to, the media should be asking, hey, you're not going to be like, how are you feeling your role? Mm-hmm. I mean, look, if I'm Marcus Stroman, I'll be honest with you guys, at this stage of my career, I'm with France. I want to start. And look, starting for me, playing this in my career, look, yeah, if I get stuck here with the Yankees, okay, look, I'll do my best to figure out, what works best for me. But he's not that bad where he's not a number 4 or 5 on a team. I mean, let's also remember how good he was the first half of the season. I think Marcus Stroman's a guy he's a smaller build guy. I think he just wears down a little bit as the season goes on. But other than that, the first half of this year, Marcus Stroman was fine. He was excellent with the Yankees. I mean, there wasn't much you could really complain about. Yeah, the second half, was he the same guy? No, man, he wasn't. He wasn't good at all. We all understand that. We all know that. And now it's up to Brian Cashman to figure out how do you move him, because as happy as we all are about the Yankees offseason so far, the last thing we want to see is the team now sell us again on DJ LeMahieu. That is going to be my words up until that's not the case. I'm just going to keep repeating it every single show, because everybody knows that is not the route we want to go. And I don't give a poot If the name's Kike Hernandez, I don't care if it's Moncada. I don't care if it's Jorge Polanco, which I believe if you're looking for offense, he's your best option. I mean, I think he could go off at Yankee Stadium. I really do.
Yeah.
But I don't friggin' know, man. That's a good question from Replay Op. I'll ask you this one, Francis. How much of the Stroman contract will the Yankees need to eat to move him, you think?
I could see them eating up to $8 million.
Yeah.
I think once you start talking about the 9-10 million, it's like is it worth all that? Like, is it worth eating half? I mean, you talk about eating 10 million and giving somebody a fourth or fifth starter for $8 million a year. Like, they're paying guys way more than that, to be honest.
Yeah. And I think what it is too is what's the plans for the Yankees, right? Like, who do they know they want to sign via free agency? How much is that going to cost?
Yeah.
Like, for them, is eating 12 million of that deal or 10 million of that deal going to get them what they want to finish their season? You know, I think a lot of that
at the trade.
Exactly.
Because I think that's what it is too. At this point, it's not just, like we need to, we want to shore up our infield and grab a lefty reliever. I think they also want to have some kind of buffer, like, 3 million, 4 million, something like that. You can probably get an arm at the deadline, a reliever or something if you need it. Because you just going like right at that number that you swore you weren't going to go past, and things happen. You come to the deadline, you're like restricted because you can't add salary. It's like, not saying they're going to have this, chunk of salary open at the deadline. They're not, but to have something at least. I mean, I don't know. It just, again, it's the same thing. Like you're always kind of like an injury away from things changing, and knock on wood. I hope that that's not the case with this year's Yankees, but you do have to always kind of have that in the back of your mind, like, which is why we're saying what we're saying about the catching situation. Like, we know Austin Wells is the guy, but God forbid something happens. It's like Alex Jackson, that next guy in line. Like, he doesn't feel like that's where the Yankees would go. It doesn't seem like that, but
it's not a World Series move
at all.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean that like, I'm not saying that to kind of like overhype this type of player. Like, oh, you need an all-star. No. I'm just saying, if your starting young catcher goes down, at least you can know you got somebody that's kind of been in those trenches. He knows what that's like to be on a team that is looking to win now. That's what you're looking to get. And a guy like Christian Vasquez, shout out to Joel Sherman on that one. Again, I don't know if Joel Sherman kind of said that's the deal they're looking at. I don't think he really kind of put it definitive like that. I think he said it's what makes sense, because they are looking to upgrade at backup catcher, and it would make sense money-wise too, to a degree. But looking at Willie Castro real quick, I'll throw this on the screen. He's an interesting one, in my opinion. Has a cannon for an arm at third base. You can see the fielding right there is very, very nice to look at.
Yes.
Good base runner. Not a big strikeout guy. And look, something that me and Kev talked a lot about. He's a switch hitter. So it brings in another switch hitter. So is Jorge Polanco. But here's the interesting thing. If you look at right field, there's a lot of power for Yankee Stadium. You scroll all the way down here, and last year, he would have had 19 bombs for the Yankees. So you're looking at another guy that kind of like what I was seeing.
20 home runs.
Yeah, kind of like what I was seeing from our good friend McNeil. It kind of feels like he's a little built for Yankee Stadium, that it could make sense for the Yankees.
Yeah. He's an intriguing name. I'll be honest with you, I haven't spent a lot of time, deep diving into his numbers, but looking at what I just saw, you can see it. Like you can see that, and it also does kind of feel like a Cashman-esque move. Like I remember, people aren't gonna like this name, but I remember when the deal was made with for Aaron Hicks. We went, kind of looked at the numbers, and said, okay, like we kind of saw what Cashman was seeing, like the potential and what he was thinking about. When I look, I'm not saying Castro is the next Aaron Hicks. I'm not saying that. So let's not do that, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, much in the same, similar to the way I did when that trade was made. When I think about Castro, it is kind of looking at what could be, not so much what's currently there, but looking at what could be if we put this guy in our lineup, if we put this guy at our stadium for 81 games a year. What does that look like? The defense seems to be stellar.
His defense is above average just about everywhere he plays, including third base. His arm, his average velo from his arm is 89.7. So he has a cannon. He has an absolute cannon for an arm. So I could certainly see why, if there isn't interest, why, you got some fans kind of speculating.
Yeah.
If they are talking to the Twins, that makes a lot of sense. Craig Smith says more likely Moncada. I could see it. I just really, here's the thing about Yo Moncada that, I always go back to. I really wonder what those medicals look like. Because the guy is too friggin' talented not to find a job. And I know you can say, well, Pete, he kind of hasn't put up the numbers, but it's there. This is a dude that could play baseball. Like, he could play ball. And I know there's been some stuff about, well, he's kind of a loner. And I also think he's playing for the White Sox. Like, I mean, I'm not shitting on the White Sox like that. I'm just simply saying it is the White Sox at the end of the day. I mean, how many people on that club were motivated to play baseball last year?
It's tough to judge a player. It's really tough to judge a player's character coming off of a team like that. And some people would say, oh no, because like if they have good character coming off a team like that, then you really trust it. That's true. But if you see a guy and like, oh, it's kind of alone and stuff like that on a team like that, I mean, I think it's kind of hard to gauge guys. I mean, when you're losing that much, that's really difficult to deal with. Like and everybody responds differently. So I don't necessarily know that we can kind of go with that just based off of his tenure with the White Sox. He's young enough that like he deserves a second chance. He deserves another shot at, sticking somewhere and proving that, he belongs in the big leagues and that all the hype and all the potential, it wasn't BS, that it's really there. And personally, I see the potential. I definitely see the potential. But when you bring up the medicals and the health, that's where the red flags come up.
Yeah.
Just don't
That's
know.
my concern. And
no.
there's really, like, everything else about him is really good. I mean, he's a very, very good third baseman. So he's a good defender. He's definitely above average at third base. We all know he has that. Doesn't have the greatest arm on planet Earth, but he's a good third baseman. He'd be fine over there.
Yeah.
It's an interesting move. And again, if you got guys like John Bertzi signing for nothing, there was another, I know, I literally just asked this the other day. There was somebody, I believe, Ahmed Rosario signed for like $2.5 million. It's interesting. It's interesting. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, what the actual issue is, but what are you going to do? There's still good names out there. Look, I know Scott Wright's a big fan of Jorge Polanco. Told me a lot about him, how, other players see him. He's a veteran. He is very, very well liked in his clubhouse. He's a leader in his clubhouse. So, for me, he's the type of guy also that if you're going to spend a little more, look, I'd keep Jazz at third base for him.
Yeah. No, I agree. And look, the Polanco stuff is intriguing. I know we went over it a little while back, but I think it's worth re-mentioning that a switch hitter, the versatility he brings to the lineup, and the fact that when he is healthy, the numbers are kind of undeniable. So It's really just a matter of, bro, is this guy healthy enough? Is he going to be ready for the season? Is he going to be ready to go in 2025? And I think if you can answer that question as yes, all signs point to him being, ready to fire on all cylinders in 2025. He could be a steal for somebody. Why not us? I mean, I don't see the deal being, terribly long or like, I just don't see that. So it's like, he seems like a chance that the Yankees should be willing to take. But again, let's see. And again, you got to kind of wait to see what the market looks like for him. And maybe that's what's happening is that, you really don't know what the market looks like for him because there's still, teams who are probably still trying to see if they have a shot at maybe like a guy like Bregman or stuff like that. You never know.
You don't know.
I think the one thing is the guy that when he signs, you might see things start to move for some of these other names like Moncada and Palanco like that.
And one more thing, I saw somebody mention something about, I don't know who it was that said it, but that he doesn't like playing baseball. That's kind of maybe like a rumor out there. Here's the issue I have with that. This guy comes from a line of family that played ball in Cuba that were really good. He was one of the biggest prospects to ever come out of Cuba.
Yeah.
If you remember, one, and then two, he didn't like baseball so much. Was he going to go waste his time playing a winter ball? Like it's an option. Like, it's not like, bro, maybe somebody said, hey, look, You didn't get a lot of at-bats this year. Maybe it's a good idea for you to go play in winter ball to get somebody to pick you up. That could be the option too. But if a guy's like, this is a drag for me, I don't enjoy doing this shit, I'm sorry to say, but I don't think he's going to be like, hey, yeah, go put me in Puerto Rico or go play winter ball. You know, I don't see that being it. I just think he's been injured and he's been beat up. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't like playing baseball. He spent his entire life playing baseball. So that's interesting.
It's one of those weird rumors that it's like you hear it, but it's like I don't know. Like anybody could have made that up. Anybody anywhere could have made that up and said that, and now it's just floating around about this guy.
The only evidence I have about him being, you know, somebody that has to leave Chicago, Ozzie Guillen Jr. told me that's his problem. And, you know, that's where I found out some of the information about being a bit of a loner, but a lot of that feels like it has to do with Chicago. So, I mean, that's just that. And again, I don't think he played under Ozzie. I don't think he played under Ozzie Guillen, but of course, you know, their family is very, very close with the White Sox as it is. So with the organization in general. So again, that's the only stuff that I personally know about Moncada. Other than that, I'm with everybody else. Who knows?
Look, man, I think honestly, it's going to be interesting to see what happens once the Bregman chip kind of falls. And I hope that happens soon because I do feel like there's several
tomorrow.
People, yeah. I feel like there's several people kind of waiting to see what happens there because their markets have yet to really take shape because of that. I mean, I saw somebody mention Hassan Kim is another guy.
Correct.
I feel like he's out there waiting in the wings, trying to see like what's going to happen here. There's a lot of guys out there. It's a lot. And I think that's kind of why we haven't seen the Yankees pull the trigger on that final move for that last infielder, that last bat. I think because they just don't know what the shape of those markets really look like until Bregman's fully gone. And when he's signed and he's off the table, then I think those markets start to take shape. I think that's what everybody's kind of waiting for to happen. So let's see. Because I mean, why give Polanco $3 million if when the market takes shape, his price is more like 1.5? And that sounds crazy, right? People want you're gonna split hairs over 1.5 million. Like, yeah, because that other 1.5 could be your lefty reliever for all you know.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing that, you know, you kind of got to wait and see. If it was this time in February and all these guys were off the table and there was only like a handful of guys left, I would be panicking. I would be a little bit anxious. But again, there's still 140 plus guys out there.
It's insane.
Just
it's
in the
insane.
wind,
I
bro.
mean, I tell you
nowhere
this.
to play.
There's gonna be another lockout, isn't there?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
I don't know how they go over all the stuff they have to go over, you know, and do it in time that there's not a lockout. There's too much shit going on right now. Got a super chat from Rod Thompson.
Thank you for being a friend.
I got that gabagoo. Yo, for a second I thought Francis was bald, rocking a headband. Laugh out loud. What's good, fellas?
What's up, bro?
What's up, brother?
He gave me the Vince Carter. He thought I was pulling the Vince Carter on tonight's episode.
He thought you were pulling the Vince Carter, bro.
Headband? Nah, bro.
Yeah, if you were my color, that might look like a baldy with the headband. Yeah, definitely. No doubt about him. Speaking of that,
what do they call it? The granny hat.
We call those Italians call those bupalinas.
Bupalinas?
A bupalina, yeah.
Hey, you learn something every day.
Yeah. Hey, look, and I'm gonna say something real quick. I know there's probably an Italian in here. Correct me if I'm wrong, because that's what my family called it. Petey, Anthony, put the bupalina on. So he called it bupalinas, man. That's what we call it. Something.
Listen, man.
I still say that shit to this day. Oh shit, I forgot my bupalina. Kids looking like, what the fuck is he talking about? Bupalina, bupu what? Uncle Dom said absolutely, yeah, bupalina. I told you.
There you go. It's a thing. I didn't know. That's what I'm wearing.
Sometimes I gotta put a bupalina on my Johnson.
Yeah, listen.
Oh, I tell you what, it's late night over here at the U. This is what the Yankees, when they don't give us stuff, this is what we do. This is what we talk about.
You can tell by the way it started. This is where we were headed at one point or the other, man. I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Bupalina brought to you by NYYU, man.
Bupalina, NYYU Bupalinas. And by the way, the Kansas City Chiefs are headed back to the big surprise. I think not.
Come on. We knew this. This was like signing with the Dodgers, guys.
Yeah, come on. We knew this was gonna happen, folks. But couple of fun little announcements for you guys. We're gonna have some we're gonna have some fun material for you guys here over the next couple of days.
Oh yeah.
Jira's birthday is coming up, folks. So shout out to the MVP. Her birthday is
Yes,
actually
sir.
Thursday, January 30th. A little birthday celebration time coming up.
Yeah.
David Douglas throws in there and he says, you think Yanks revisit Luis Ariz? I mean, it's possible, I guess, but you never know. I mean, talk about a team who hasn't done shit. San Diego ain't doing nothing right now, but with all the stuff going on with the front office.
I look at them. I look at Baltimore too as a team.
They should be, Francis, they should be ashamed of themselves.
I expected a lot more.
Me
from
too.
Baltimore this offseason.
They should absolutely be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. How do you jump in there, become new owners? The whole city is out there talking about they're going to increase payroll to $75 million, and they sat back and haven't done a thing. They just let everybody leave.
Let Corbin walk. Let Santander walk to a division rival. At that, like it's. I mean, again,
That's crazy to me, man.
the Blue Jays got Santander. Shouts out to them for that. But even Toronto, I'm kind of looking at that a little bit funny because I'm just like, he improves the lineup for sure. They're apparently still, trying to engage with Alonso, but it's like, let's see, bro. I don't know. Like, there's a ton of teams that it's kind of been interesting looking at their offseason because you speak about just the expectation and what you thought you were going to see and just not seeing it. I had a long conversation the other day with Keith, our boy from the other side of town, and he was kind of sharing
My favorite Mets fan.
the same sentiments. Is like he's like, bro, like how do you sign Soto and then follow it up with what they followed up with? Like he's like, I don't get it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm with you. Like
Kev was calling out.
yeah, it's kind of wild, bro. We were both kind of like angry with the teams, with our respective teams when the Scherzer stuff came out. So we were kind of venting about that because like for different reasons, we both were very confused as to why either New York team was even in attendance at this showcase. Like, but I think for a Yankees fan, it's like at least if you want to look at a silver lining, at least it means that they don't have the door completely closed on spending more this offseason. Like, it's kind of an indication that they will spend. They are going to spend some more. It's just where they're going to allocate it. But it was that news was super weird when that came out. And I was like, oh my God, like, what are we doing? Like, DJ LeMay, he's still your starting third baseman, and this is what you're doing. You're devoting time to this. I mean, okay. I mean,
facts, man. Right? It's the Wild West out there right now. I just want the Yankees to look, man. Just finish this thing off because again, at the end of the day, you did go to the World Series last year. Let's remember that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's remember that you did go to the World Series last year. The Dodgers are a tough team, but at the end of the day, you got to play your games and win the American League first before you even think about that matchup again. Even if they get there too, you never know what happens when you play ball. But I'm happy Uncle Don brought that up. What's your take on AJ Minter throwing a shot at the Yankees? And within the same night, by the way, these motherfuckers show up to MSG and they get booed when they're showed. And everybody's like, bro, whose town is this? Like, come on, fellas. You got to go win something first, bro. Please. That's all I'm asking. Go out there and win.
Shouts out to my man's Josh Hart. Right?
Yes. He was like, whose town is it?
Because he knows. He just gets it. He's like, bro, we not doing it. Y'all know what town this is. Like, you got Juan Soto. Congratulations. Yep. Enjoy it. Go buy the jersey.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Go to his bobblehead night. It's cute. Still a Yankees town, baby. It is what it is. Like,
it's facts.
I mean, listen, the AJ Minter thing to me it's another attempt in a long list of feeble, corny, and annoying attempts by several players to try and start something where there is nothing.
Exactly. Great point. There's nothing there. Everybody knows.
And I know, Mets fans, they don't like when we say this. They hate when we say it. They hate when we repeat it. They hate that Jeter said it. But it remains true. We're not in the same division. We're not even in the same league. We just play in the same city. That's what we have in common. They're always going to be just the Mets. And some people take offense to that. I don't know. when Mets fans take offense to that, to me, it's just like, that says more about what you think about your team than what we think about your team. Like, saying that they're just the Mets is like saying that the Nationals are just the Nationals to us. Mm-hmm. Like, the Phillies are just the Phillies. Like, there's not a real rivalry there. Like, yeah, we play every year and whatever, but it's like, it's not really like real like that. I get it that we share the city. That I understand, but even the battle like for the city, it's not a real battle yet. Like you can win a Subway Series in a season, and it's cool for you guys. Doesn't mean as much to us. Like I can't remember a year where at the end of the year I was tweeting, well, at least we took the Subway Series this year.
Never. We don't care about that.
You know what I mean?
That's important. That's important to them. It's not important
really
to us.
important to them. Oh, well, we won all 4 games last year.
It doesn't matter. It really does
like,
nothing.
Okay, like yo, shouts out to you. Like
what trophy you got for that? You got something for that? Like
we took more games from the Dodgers than you. Oh, that's great. Did you guys make the World Series? No. Oh no, but we signed Juan Soto. Okay, shouts out to you. Congratulations. What'd you do after that? Oh, okay. All right. No, I was because again, it's like I feel like we don't have to have those battles like that.
Not at all.
We could throw the shot, it's like throw shots here and there, whatever, because like I said, we are sharing the city, so there should be the banter, the little back and forth. But like to really like try to make like, I don't get why a player would sign with the Mets and feel like immediately to endear myself, I need to take shots at the Yankees.
It just doesn't add up. And now that I'm even thinking about this, it was kind of always that way. Like going even further back in the day when the Yankees had the dynasty and they were kind of coming out of the dynasty, and they had their ups and downs. Because remember, it was Mets fans with we got the best shortstop in New York. Yeah. Then Alonso came on as a rookie. He's better than Judge. Like, but why? Like, what are these? Why the comparisons? I get the rookie year. Alonso had he broke the home run record for a rookie. Great. Nice. I mean, he's declined every year since then, and now he can't even find a deal with anybody. So I guess that point was easily proven. Derek Jeter's arguably should be a unanimous Hall of Famer. So should Ichiro Suzuki. They didn't get that honor from one damn guy. But I don't understand the talk like that. The whole we gotta go across around the crosstown rivals. I've never heard a Yankee free agent sign and be like, yeah, over there. You know what I mean? Couldn't do it over there. So I've never heard that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard that.
I was gonna ask you that, like, as a Yankees fan, how would you feel if like we signed so?
I'd be disgraced, to be honest. I'd be disgraced and insulted.
Yo, perfect example. We signed Max Fried this offseason. Seems like forever ago, but it was this offseason. He has yet to throw a pitch in a Yankee uniform. We signed Max Fried, who was an Atlanta Brave, who is a rival of the New York Mets.
Yep.
And in his press conference with the New York Yankees, he had nothing to say about the Mets. You understand what I'm getting at here? Like,
he signed with the Yankees.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if he would have thrown a shot at them, like I would have been like, okay, like that's still that residual Atlanta Brave stuff that, because he was a Brave. And I'd
have still found it corny.
But me personally, I would have been like, I don't need you to do that.
Exactly.
I get it. I don't need you to do it. But I would have got it. He didn't do it. You know why? Because we don't do that. And I think we don't have to. We don't do that here.
But again, Fred, this is why I'm bringing it up. This is before Twitter days that this shit was happening. Because I remember Jose Reyes is the best shortstop in New York.
Come on.
I remember all that. And shout out to Jose Reyes. Facts. We love Jose Reyes. The Spittaz, we love Reyes here at the U. Trust me, we love Jose Reyes at the U. So it's no insult on, hey, man, not Derek Jeter. We're just simply saying that this actually isn't new. This kind of shit like this has been going on for years and years.
No.
JXV88 says Arenado is the best name we can get for infield. I think that's a little bit debatable based on the money, how he fits the Yankees. Would I say he'd be worse than LeMahieu? I don't think he'd be worse than LeMahieu, but I mean, I wouldn't say he's the best option for the Yankees, especially with where they play and how he kind of hits the ball.
The way he said it, I might agree with him the way he said it.
Yeah.
The best name? Maybe. The best player? I don't think so. I think it's tough. I don't know if he's the best player at that money that the Yankees can get for the infield right now. Name-wise, would it be a nice name? Would it be a headline name? Yeah, of course. They would still refer to it as a blockbuster deal for sure. But would it really be? I think is the question.
I think and maybe this is just me, but the attractive part of him to me is what that then makes the Yankees infield. I mean, defensively, that infield is stupid.
Defensively, I mean, I think you add him to that infield, the Yankees are shopping for the Gold Glove Team Award again.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, it really does spice it up. Now, the bat And I know some people go, Pete, but he's still, I am not sitting here saying that he's a terrible hitter. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not calling him a terrible hitter. I'm saying based off the spray chart of the way he hits the ball. I've been saying this for a minute. This is even wrong to say because I wouldn't love to see him, but for his career, I think Fenway would be a rejuvenating moment for him. I think this guy could hit 300 in Fenway.
Fenway makes a lot of sense for him.
Oh man, Fenway makes. I'm sitting here still shocked that they haven't tried to figure that out because
same with Bregman though.
Same with Bregman. I mean, these are two guys. The way they spray the baseball, left field makes sense.
To me, Bregman only costs money. But again,
that's right.
And this is the thing that kind of, not to start stir up shit with Boston fans, but I've seen a lot of shit, from their end that, we're going to get Vladdy Jr. next year. It's like, a year ago, it was that y'all were signed in 22.
Right.
We saw how that went. And then afterwards, you made some deals. I like some of those deals. Don't get me wrong. Garrett Crochet, Walker Buehler.
Solid moves.
I like some of those moves for sure. And I cannot front. I wholeheartedly expect Boston to be a much better team in 2025
no question.
than just last year.
No doubt about it.
But let's be real here. Like, have they not had more opportunities to improve the team? Because Bregman has been out there. And it's like, that's my thing. So it's like, you're supposed to believe that they're like, no, they're going to spend. But it always kind of feels like they just tease their fans. They haven't really done it for them the last couple.
They haven't.
So, I mean, for me, I'm going to have to believe it to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, they got to look. I mean, Alex Cora, one thing about that guy, he does seem to get the most out of certain players. So, them adding, you would expect, I expect them to be better. I think the team that's going to be interesting in the American League East is Baltimore. I mean, losing some of these guys, I understand relying on your youth. I get it, but you just went from a full year where you had an ace to now you don't have that ace. Like, that's a big difference. And I get it. I get Rodriguez could step up, and I know how good of a pitcher he is. Yeah. I understand all that, but it's interesting. As David Douglas adds in, I found it weird that Soto wasn't at the jersey reveal, the Mets Fan Fest, I believe it was called. I think.
Amazing day.
Amazing day. You would think all the money he got that the Mets would, he should be the face of the franchise. Me and Francis, before we went live, we actually spoke of that, and I said the exact same thing. I was like, I'm kind of surprised Soto wasn't there. You would think, hey man, like, mark this one on your calendar, brother. Like, we're bringing you in. We need you for that reveal. You and it's a great opportunity for you and Lindor to take a picture together, to kind of sell these jerseys. And we haven't got nothing from Soto with that jersey on, only Lindor. And it's kind of surprising to me. Now,
I mean, you got Soto the day he signed his press card, and then that was it. Like, he's been doing the same thing he's always done. It's kind of, it is what it is. One of those things. I mean, I'm not a Mets fan, so it doesn't hurt me much. But when I think about friends of mine that are Mets fans and you spending your money and going to Amazing Day and whatever, it's like, it would have been dope to see them get that moment with their guy Lindor and their new guy in Soto and whatever. It's like, he's not even there. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, to me, that would have been big for Mets fans alone.
Huge missed opportunity. I saw that too, Benji, that Beatty took Jose Reyes' number. He's the first.
I don't like that.
Since Jose Reyes, I don't like that shit.
Why exactly? Because
I wonder how Mets fans feel about that.
But my thing is that, Francis, correct me if I'm wrong, and I know, I know there was, and shout out to Jose Reyes because he shared it and he was like, obviously just saying it's cool with me, don't.
No, he's the reason I saw it.
Yeah, me too. I saw it on that. I had no idea about it. Then I did see it there. But here's my question. And again, I don't follow the Mets. Not a Mets fan. Obviously not. But if David Wright's jersey's retired, Jose Reyes isn't getting a jersey retired with the Mets? I mean, I know he went to another club. I understand that. He played on different teams. But it was always Reyes and Wright.
It starts a very interesting conversation over in Metsland. And obviously, Pete and I, we're not the ones to have it.
No, definitely not. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, I really don't know, to be honest. I know Jose Reyes was a great Met. That I know. But other than that,
I'll be honest.
He had his injury history. I know all that, but
I'll be honest with you though. It is one of those things that just it does make you kind of look a little bit funny. But like I said, I'm gonna hit up, our people from that side.
Yeah, makes sense.
See what they think about it, because it does feel weird. It does feel weird to me. It just feels like, And I know that people always say, oh, Bernie should have been in the core four. He's not in the core four. He's not, but Bernie still gets like the recognition and
By
the
the Yankees, definitely.
and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not saying that Reyes was Bernie Williams. I'm not saying that, but it does kind of feel like the Bernie to the core four, like Reyes is like that to David Wright, and yet.
Well, here's what I'll say: is Jose Reyes a Mets great?
To me, yeah, but
I mean, to me, I'm not a Mets fan, but
I'm not a Mets fan. But
from what I know, what I
being
remember,
a New Yorker watching baseball, all those
he was
years,
the toast of the fucking town.
He was a fun player, man.
No doubt.
I mean, he was on as many. He was on. Here's my thing. I feel like I saw Jose Reyes on so many, New York Post back pages, Daily News back page, that it's like, how could he? Like, he was a very big player here. Like,
Right.
Even if he wasn't putting up crazy numbers every single year, like had really good seasons. He has really great moments as a Met. Like I can still see him like taking his at bats like in the Mets uniform when they had those helmets that was black but it had the blue thing like going back. Like I can still see that shit. Like I don't know. Like it's just one of those and could it be one of those things that he's more of a folk hero than like a real like legend for the team? Could be. I don't pretend to know like all the little details there, but it does feel a little weird.
It definitely does. David Miser adds, after looking back, I now feel better not having Soto. Yeah, I miss him, but I think overall we got better, and in the future, we'd be good going forward. Way more flexibility. Suzuki should have been 100% a Hall of Famer. I agree with that. The Corinne adds, there was a flight issue, if you want to believe that. So apparently, there was a flight issue. Interesting.
Who said this? Where did you it's reported?
Yeah, Corinne, if you could tell us where you saw that, because I mean, somebody else did say in there it's kind of an $800 million is pretty expensive to miss a flight. So I don't know if that's something that has been said, that's been out there, that maybe he was supposed to be there, but
a flight.
You know what that kind of sounds to me like. It kind of sounds to me along the lines of this looked really bad, and let's throw that out there. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. Caleb Castro says it was canceled. The flight was canceled.
I'm sorry. Yeah. All right, listen. I'm gonna just come out. I'm gonna come out and say this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say on it. If y'all believe 22 was getting on a commercial flight,
no.
Hey,
no.
God bless.
No.
You know what I'm saying? God bless. Okay. Hey.
Oh no, Jackson. He flies private. Trust me, he flies by private. Yeah, he flies private. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like the man just signed for almost $1 billion. Big B, $1 billion. Okay, damn near a billy. Okay, like you know what it is to become a billionaire overnight? No, you don't. I don't either. None of us do. Most of us won't.
His bonus was $60 million.
75.
Just forget everything else. Excuse me.
If he would have signed with us, it would have been 60.
Excuse me. 75 million. His bonus was 75 million.
Bro.
You think he's getting on JetBlue?
Come on. No, that's what I'm saying. People
He bought JetBlue yesterday.
It was a flight issue. American Airlines canceled the flight last
American.
minute. Y'all think Juan Soto is sitting on Delta Airlines first class eating peanuts with orange juice?
Let me tell you something. He ain't Pizza Minetti, folks.
Listen. I'm gonna just say, like, I don't know what they doing, whatever. Pete's theory makes a lot of sense to me. Could be one of those things where damage control.
This don't look good.
We didn't realize it was gonna be taken like that because we did have Lindor in the house or whatever. I just think it's, bro. I mean, no offense, but like, if I ain't paid money to see Brett Beatty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, Mets fans wouldn't pay money to see Brett Beatty.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I didn't come here to see Brett Beatty wearing Jose Reyes' number.
Let me say something. No insult here to one of our players. That's like telling us, hey, you might want to show up to this because Oswald Peraza is going to be there.
It's like,
and at this point, I'm just like, you guys hate the Yankees, don't like him. What am I gonna?
What am I doing that day?
I like him, but
that's my question. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I have a massage planned. I'm gonna get the massage. I'm gonna go get the massage.
It's wild. It's wild. Like, I saw Lindor was there. I saw some other guys were there. Don't get me wrong. It still seemed like a great time if you're a Mets fan. Seemed like a great time. I saw a couple people were doing content there. I hope in future years my boy Keith is doing content there. But yeah, man, no 22. It seemed that didn't seem right. Just
Yo, Tony Rivera just violated, bro. That man said air Goya.
ay Dios mío. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the designated spinners are back. After
With that being
wild,
said,
bro. You know what that
wow.
is? We trail when you sit down in first class?
El Diablo.
Gotcha, man. Que se están pasando.
We also had an Air Pacheco. That's a nice one.
Air
That's
Pacheco.
nice.
He
That's
probably
nice.
got an Air Pacheco after that damn bonus he got, man.
He
Listen.
does. He does.
Come on, man.
He already does.
Listen.
Eddie, I'll be honest with you, Eddie. Look, man, I've heard this so many times, and a lot of times I feel like it's not Yankee fans doing this to try to troll on this Mariano Rivera news.
Yeah.
Him and his wife have completely denied this. They said, it's a financial thing. It's obvious.
Yeah.
I think even said they got a lot of proof of all this. Look, I am not going to spend an hour on a show talking about a minor allegation. It's not even a criminal charge here.
Yeah.
That's all. Look, is it not? No, nobody wants to see anything like this. Nobody wants any of this to be true. If this were to come out to be true, we talk about it. If there's factual, that we talk about it. But right now, this is allegations. I could update and say they've denied these allegations, and I'll leave it at that. That's all I could really. What else would you all like for me to say here? I mean, you're innocent until proven guilty, based off what I've always known. So
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm to be honest with you, like
Jared, do me a favor. Kick this Jason Bailey idiot out again. I can't have the dumbass Mets fans like this in here. The guy did this last time. The Mets are going to the World. They're winning 108 games. Yeah, please. Yeah, and my fucking balls are gonna be 6 times bigger tomorrow morning.
He said, when are you gonna give them the crown for what exactly?
I don't know what people. That's like me right now saying the Yankees give us the crown for being the best team in New York. Why? What does it matter? The Yankees lost.
Give us the crown. We were the best team in the American League last year, and on paper, we still look like the best team in the American League. Give us the crown. What crown? What crown?
Bro, we lost. That's what crown do I want? The Yankees won the American League pennant. You want to make they won the American League pennant. Does anybody care about the American League pennant? I don't. What would you like me to give them?
Bro, come on.
The Yankees. A clap?
Hold on, I just saw some crazy. Really, man? Nah, this is wild. Listen, we're not doing all that. We're not doing all that. The Corinne actually put who said it, the DP Lennon or something like that. That flight, the words exactly were flight difficulties.
Oh yeah, folks, that's baloney.
That's bullshit.
And let me just throw this out there. We're doing a show right now. We're just taking it where it goes.
Exactly.
All right. Nobody's planning on, talking about this. But I don't think Mets fans believe this. If you're a Mets fan and you're sitting there, and look, I'm not taking a shot at Juan Soto here at all. Everybody knows Pizza Minetti. I still consider myself one of the biggest Juan Soto fans out there. I am. I love the guy. I'm not even going to front. One of my favorite players for years. Will remain to be one of my favorite players for years to come. I love the guy as a player. But I will say this. I can't buy this at all. I can't buy that Juan Soto, of all people, had a flight canceled or couldn't miss a flight and couldn't get to New York. Of all places, the place where I personally know he spends a lot of time. We know he just... Stop it. And like Francis said before, do you need anything more than the contract to tell you that it's not true? Come on, folks. Was there a storm that we forgot about? Is there a storm that happened that I missed?
No. And for anybody asking, DP Lennon writes for Newsday. I went to his page, like, yeah, he seems like a legit guy. This just seems like this was the statement from the Mets directly. Like, that's the statement through them. What was interesting, though, there was some "We Want Pete" chants that broke out.
Really?
Yes, "We Want Pete" chants broke out at Amazing Day when Stearns and Steve Cohen were there. So he was actually asked about the, just the talks with Pete Alonso, how that go. And Steve Cohen's comments here were interesting.
He didn't hold back.
He said, personally, this has been an exhausting conversation and negotiation. He said, I don't like the negotiations. I don't like what's been presented to us. I mean, Soto was tough. This is worse. I mean, bro.
And can we be honest here? Look at the level of a player.
Bro.
Okay, folks, let me put this like this to you guys. Pete Alonso comes to you. You know the type of player Pete Alonso is. Look, I'm not saying he's the worst. He's not the worst. But I do love, I really, really, really do love that Steve Cohen is transparent enough to say, hey, both of these negotiations were a pain in the ass. But what he's telling you right there is, I'll take it being a pain in the ass with Juan Soto. I ain't taking it with this fucking guy. Like, I'm just being honest with you fans here. I'm not dealing with a pain in the ass negotiation for this dude.
But
like, let's be real here.
He's negotiating. You talk about Soto being tough. Yes, Soto was tough. You were negotiating against the New York Yankees, who was the team he just came off of.
Right.
With Pete Alonso, it's you or the field. There's no other real competitor here. Like,
bro, there's like two of the team. The Blue Jays now are the front runners.
I've been saying this for a very long time. I'm gonna repeat it again. Scott Boris is starting to look really funny in the light. Like, really funny in the light.
I've stuck up for him a lot, but for some of these players, brother, it's honestly getting hard to be like, he's the guy to go to. I don't know.
If Alonso ends up having to sign some bullshit deal in Toronto, you know, and let's cut the shit right now.
Okay, we're cutting the shit
right now. I don't care what he says at the press conference.
Yeah.
I don't care what he says. He's going to say, oh, I love Toronto. Big Dre's fan.
I love Canada.
Love Canada. He's going to say all types, all polar bears in Canada, match made in heaven. I don't care, okay? Everybody knows this man wants to be a Met, so don't give me that shit, okay?
Everybody
don't give me that shit.
Everybody knows that.
Failure if he signs anywhere but the Mets. It's already kind of a failure that even if he does sign with the Mets, it's not the deal that you said you were going to get him.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
that's
Bregman,
right.
If Bregman has to walk
he
back,
loves maple syrup, said Tony Rivera.
Come on, if Bregman has to walk back to Houston with his tail tucked between his legs and his bowl of porridge, I'll talk about, I want some more, please. After he was talking cash shit a couple months ago, well, if y'all don't pay me, I'm going to walk. And he ended up walking back to them.
What does he want?
Come on, bro.
What does he want?
Come on, bro.
I want some more, please.
I want some more. Listen, I'm telling you.
Mama, Daddy, I want some more.
I'm sorry. Scott, it's not looking good. I get it. Oh, yeah, I know. 22. You got the... My foot could have done it.
Oh, come on, man.
My foot. Not the right one. My left foot.
Bro, me and Kev were talking about this shit, bro.
And it
any of us.
Done. Come on,
any of us could have done this deal.
Come on, bro.
I mean, you're talking. This is the simplest deal. People are giving him. I can't. Look what he got. Look what he got. Soto. You could have done it. What are you talking about?
Soto
you could have done
that.
it. Soto got exactly.
Got Soto that. Like
Soto got. It's easy. You had two teams saying we're not gonna stop, baby.
And I'll tell
Keep
you
going
that.
up.
I'll say one thing. This is probably gonna be the last time y'all hear me say this because I don't want to repeat this thought.
Oh, you better listen up. You better listen up.
I don't want the heat that comes with it, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it the last time.
Oh, here we go. Oh my God.
I don't believe that Soto went and signed with Scott Boris to sign with the Mets. And I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not even gonna dig in on this. I'm not even gonna ask any question, any follow-ups.
It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it because of the backlash and hate that you'll get from it. I just do not believe that he went to the Boris Corp to get that deal from the Mets. That's all I'm gonna say. That is it. That's it. So Scott, you're not looking too good in the light. To me, listen.
No, to me too. And I'm a defender of Scott. Like, people go to him because he's the best vote. He ain't doing too well with some of these other players that are looking for decent deals.
And guess
he
what?
Ain't winning too much.
He can rebuttal that with I'm still probably the best agent. No, he probably
cute.
But it just goes to show that all of y'all looking real bad right now. Like, and you're promising these guys all this money. You're leaking shit to the media. You got John Heyman. His thumbs are gonna fall off.
Yeah, facts.
John Heyman's thumbs. Can we get the guy a thumb transplant? They're gonna fall off. All the tweets that he has to fire off every week just to keep these guys' names relevant. It's like, bro, I'm starting to wonder if anybody's even calling at this point. At what point do the players start to say like, bro, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, he promised this guy this, he promised that guy that. He probably like, okay, yeah, he got 22 that, but I know I'm not 22.
Yeah, that's
22.
what I'm saying. Come on, man. The Pete Alonso shit. Let's calm down here, folks. Like that's
the Pete Alonso shit started at 300. You're at 300 million.
bro. Yeah,
300 million.
he's out his fucking mind. He's
Like,
out his mind.
what are we
He's
talking
out.
about?
He is out his mind. He's nowhere near that type of level of player.
And who do you
Let's be
think-
real here.
And who do you think put that notion in his head? That's the problem.
Of course,
That's the problem.
of course he overshot his load.
Hey,
But it's true. Did he not overshoot his load? How do you have Bregman still out there? He overshot his load, Francis. His load. It's been overshot.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say.
He overshot his load. Let's be honest.
yo,
How are you? Okay, so wait a second. Asking for over $300 million for Pete Alonso's not overshooting your load?
oh, if you could ever overshoot the load,
That's
that's
it.
how you do it. I'm telling you. And this
He
is
shot
not.
it at a fucking brick wall.
this
That's
is
it.
not. It's not the shit on Pete either. Because we're not shitting on Alonso. I'm not saying
No.
he's not a bad player. I'm not saying I don't see the value.
All we're just saying this is all I'm saying to Pete Alonso, brother. Think of your value ain't that. And I get it, guys are getting overpaid left and right, and this I understand that.
That's true.
But you can't be sitting there and let's you know the craziest thing about it, Francis? You know how quick they knew that wasn't his value? When nobody called.
Exactly.
They sat there. This was the phone. They sat there like this.
It's like on draft night when nobody drafts the player.
They started looking around after 30 minutes. It popped up on the screen. Fucking 6 months later. 6 weeks later. And they still,
Bro.
what the hell's going on here? Scott.
And let's be honest. This goes back. This is what I'm talking about. Because people might think, oh, no, you just talk about Pete Alonso and Alex Bregman. No.
This been happening for a minute.
Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery.
Yep.
Y'all
This is
remember
back-to-back
that?
years now where he has players that are, and again, let me rephrase this again and just let everybody reminded that we're not shitting on Pete Alonso here. Good player. Should he be signed by now? Yes. That's what we're saying. Alex Bregman should be signed by now. The guy's a World Series winner. You never hear anything really bad about Bregman that I know of, at least. That's tough to me.
Bro. The
That's
biggest
weird
one,
to me. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Boris. I'm sorry.
the biggest one that I think people forget about, even though it's recent, Carlos Correa.
Carlos Correa, there you go. I mean, he had multiple deals for
That
him.
class of shortstops had a lot of talent. Do not get me a lot of talent. But at the very top of that list was one Carlos Correa. And the numbers that were being thrown out going into the offseason, oh, he's going to sign for this, and he's going to get this many years, and he's going to do this, and he's going to do that, he's going to do that. The man ended up signing a pillow deal. And you know why they called it a pillow deal, right?
Yep.
Because somebody's getting rammed. I'm telling you.
It's another good point by Darius. He's lucky the Phillies rescued him with Bryce Harper. Remember that?
Yeah.
How did that take that long?
Again, that was.
I mean, to be fair, Brian Cashman's a moron. Like, and Brian,
yes.
Brian, I'll be happy to sit down with you any day. That was, that was bad. Like, at this point, looking at it now, you're looking at that going, damn, we probably should have got Harper, shouldn't we? Yeah, you probably should have got Harper. But damn, like, that's still weird. Like, there's a lot. And he did get what did Correa sign that year? 3 deals, right? He signed a $350 million, 13 years with the Giants.
He signed with the Giants.
Then it was the Mets. And then it was the Twins for way less, a lot less than what those 2 deals were.
He signed the Twins. The Twins was I think it was a 3-year deal with opt-outs after every season, something like that.
Harper signed in February. Like, how did he sign in February, man?
Bro, it's wild, bro.
DJ Steele says, Pete, someone made a gif of you on Discord. What else is new? It's Steels. You alone can make a soundboard out of me if you wanted right now with all the clips you have from all the years. I mean, it's unbelievable what we have going on there. But I do have a couple of quick updates I wanted to share with everybody. As the game went off, we got about 100 plus more people in here since then. So a little over 350 right now. Thank you, guys. Hit that like button if you have not. A couple of quick updates. I got a cool merchandise update that I want to tell you guys about. But then I also have, of course, man, look. You can't see my little thing right here, but right now it's saying NYYU Day, 61 days away. 61 days away. It's right behind me. We can see you guys. 61 days away. If everything goes well, like we hope it does, Max Fried will be making his first start at an NYYU Day, and I believe we're going to get a victory. I believe this, folks. I am going to talk it into existence. We're going to win that damn game. We're going to win that damn game, damn it. Get your tickets. I'm telling you right friggin' now. Get your tickets today. Do not wait. I want to see all of you there because there is nothing like an NYYU Day. The minute you go there for the first time, you guys know it. It's amazing. You're going to want to go again. David Douglas, shout out to you, my guy. He's going to be there. David, I can't wait to see you, my friend. Everybody else who already got your tickets, can't wait to see you guys. That's one. Two, we got a cool new feature. So tomorrow, I'm going to be working on a lot of new merchandise. Yes, Jose Medina said that he needs Martian merch. We got multiple different Jason Dominguez stuff coming out. Matter of fact, to this day, I believe we have the best ever item released for Jason Dominguez. Francis has the shirt.
Nobody has.
This shirt is absolutely fire. Shirt. I mean, but we're going to have multiple.
Everything. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're going to have multiple Dominguez options coming out. But again, I'm working a lot on our merchandise this week. What I want to say is,
I'm bringing it to spring again.
We have a new option. We have a fun new option. But this has to go through me directly because I got to do it as a custom order. So this started with our brand new spring training tees that are now available. So you got to hit me up for those, NYYunderground@yahoo.com. DM me on Discord if you're on there, whatever it is. But if you're not on Discord, NYYunderground@yahoo.com. Our spring training tees now have the option where you could customize a message or your name on the sleeve. So fun little option that we've added. I've also now added it where we can do this on any item that we have when it comes to merchandise.
Look at that.
It got to be a custom order, so you got to let me know ahead of time so I could custom do it for you and send it out to you directly. But hit me up if you want any of our merchandise, whether it's a player's shirt, whether it's just NYYU gear, no matter what it is, or you want to get your name or just a regular option, just a short message, something, we can have it custom made for you to put that on there. So again, guys, a lot of new merchandise coming this week. And on top of that, one of the main reasons why I don't have a Dominguez thing out right now, I don't know if he's going to be number 89 this year. Has there been any announcement that he's staying with that number?
No. There hasn't been an announcement or anything like that. I haven't seen anything. I've been seeing videos of him working out. That's all. I mean, that's all I've really been seeing. But
me too. He's been doing a lot, but I don't know if he's going to have
changing the number.
Same number. I mean, he may change that number. That's my only concern because I usually put the player's number on the sleeve.
Yeah.
And that's why Dominguez stuff isn't out right now. But we got Jazz out. We got a lot of the legends out already.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I could see him sticking with it, riding with it for another season. I mean, after this year, a lot of players are coming off the books, and then in the coming years, players come off the book. Who knows? Maybe somebody currently has a number that he's eyeing, and he's just waiting for that. But I'm not sure. But there's some lower numbers available if that's where he wants to go, or if he wants to just forge his path with 89.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see him rock the 89. Also, too, before we get ready to sign off here, I had to ask you this question about CC Sabathia.
Oh,
his number is going to be retired as a Yankee, right? In the Hall of Fame, you would assume. How do you not?
I think it has to. I think it's almost guaranteed at this point.
That's what I'm thinking.
That goes without saying. It's just a matter of when.
That was my question. I'm like, you gotta assume he would. I would think it would be pretty cool, to be honest, if he took on number 22, Jason Dominguez. I think that'd be pretty fire, to be honest.
Listen, I was thinking about it the other day, and I could see a lot of people say, "Oh, why would you do that? It's not a good." Listen, to me.
Hey, Jazz took 13. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's like, it's a low number. It looked great on the jersey, and it's available.
22 looks amazing on the jersey. It really does for the Yanks. So
It looks good. It looks
a lot of good Yankees wore number 22, by the way. You know, Soto's not the only one.
No,
I believe,
Cano had
if I'm
22
correct,
for a
I
while.
think
Clemens
he
wore
came
22.
up.
Like, yeah.
Clemens wore 22. I believe
Yeah.
Soto came up as 22. Then he switched to 24, I believe,
Yeah.
later in his career. But yeah, man, I think that'll make a lot of sense. But guys, we will be in spring training. That is the other thing. Yes,
sir.
we will be in spring training this year. I can't wait for it. Carlos, do we ship to Puerto Rico? I believe from the site we do. I think from the site we actually do now, but I can confirm that with you soon. But I do think we do ship to Puerto Rico. I believe so. But guys, that's all I got. I'm good. Today has been a very, very fun episode.
Tons of fun. Hell yeah.
What's tomorrow? Monday? I'm probably still going to do an All Rise tomorrow. Even though we don't have much news to talk about, I'll try to figure something out. Guys, look, I want to be there with you all, man. I'll be honest, I like to be live. I enjoy this. I enjoy doing what we're doing. Let me throw something out there, friends. I think you probably heard this guy kind of been bragging about this for the U. This is how amazing NYYU is. If anybody doesn't know, the merch email is nyyunderground@yahoo.com. So the name of the network, nyyunderground@yahoo.com. DJ Steele says Ellsbury was a great number 22. Oh, Maudon, look at this.
I can't believe he even dared to say that name.
Look at this. Unfriggin' believable we're dealing with here. I was literally just going to say something else, but see, I got like ADHD and I went off topic and now I don't even remember.
There goes the email now. You were going to ask me. Yeah, damn, it's true. You were going to ask me something.
I was going to ask you something. I don't even remember now. That's because DJ Steele, it's the Ellsbury shit. He ruined it for me.
Damn it. You see what you did? Jacoby Juice? Really?
Oh, no, I got it. See, folks, there's a lot missing up here. There's a lot missing up here.
Oh,
live. NYYU was live last year. Listen to this. Over 40 days. Now, before anybody goes, hold on, Pete. Collectively.
Yeah, altogether.
We were live for over 40 plus days of live video last year.
Which we've had this conversation off cam. I say that this is why it's crazy, because the amount of content that we've put out there for AI to like make doppelgangers of us is wild. Like, bro, they can make a video of you saying anything right now.
100%.
They've got
No
all
doubt
the
about it.
material they need. Like, it's
150%.
Hey,
here's the other thing.
That's a testament to hard work, man.
No question about it. Here's the other thing.
I feel great about. I love it.
Here's the other thing, and I'll also say this, folks. There's nobody else that done that. I'll put money on it right now.
I mean,
there is nobody that covers the Yankees that was live that much. We easily provide the most content, and it's not even close. Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, the best content also. But you know, I don't want to shine my Johnson too much live.
Oh, Johnson shining. Oh, boom from the top rope, Jira. She don't be playing, bro.
Well, she's,
just from the top rope.
Hey, she had like 2 days off. She's ready to go.
That's it. Yeah.
She's had like 2 days off. She's ready to go.
John Heyman.
We out here, I tell you what.
Heyman, if you need a break, you know what I'm saying? If the text message from Scott, they're coming in too furiously, hit up the MVP. She'll take over the handle for you for a week or two for a small fee, of course.
That's it.
Yeah, she got you. Okay.
Yo, Jackson B said 40 days of shining is wild. That's a lot of shining, brother. It's a lot of work.
Listen.
Your biceps will look like Arnold's from the movie Predator.
Oiled up.
Guys, I tell you, we love being live. Like I said,
man, today was the day, man.
I'm going to be there with you guys tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Drop your voicemails. Help me out. Do me a favor. If I ask for help, I don't ask for help. I'm asking for help. Drop some voicemails tomorrow, man. 804-592-6160. You guys know the deal. I will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. If we got to do an all voicemail show, we'll do it. I don't got a problem with that, but it is going to be amazing. You got a busy week coming up. We're going to have some material out for you guys. Follow us on Instagram if you're not, because a lot of that stuff is going to be right there on Instagram. So make sure you are following us on IG. Very, very simple. NYY Underground. It's right there for you guys. Really, really easy. I think for updates right now, that's all I have. Yeah, that's it for me.
Listen, man. Y'all already know. Smacky that likey. Hitty that damn subby. 2025, full effect. NYY Underground, man. We do what we do, man. Nobody does it better. That's why you come here. That's why you're here. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Tell I say hi.
Shit.
And keep it locked and stay tuned because the next episode will in fact be the best episode. Matter of fact, the next episode, I'm excited. I'm not gonna say more. I'm excited.
It's probably
probably gonna be one of them. It's probably gonna be one of them ones, people. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh, the next episode.
The next episode will in fact be the best episode. We celebrating life this week, all right? It's Jira Appreciation Week, all right? So
It
get
is.
ready, chat.
It is.
Get ready,
It
chat.
is. It's gonna be absolutely wild. Ladies and gentlemen, you know we will never come whack on a designated Spittaz track. Until next time, we out, and next time is gonna be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Peace out, guys. Catch you later, baby.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but the shit's still wet.